They're all theater movies. If it's in the theaters.
Dude, no, they're not.
Yes, they are. When we were growing up, you would literally go see a comedy.
Yeah,
those
were mistakes. They probably never brushed their teeth once.
What separates the men from the boys?
I kind of want them to just Quebec's it. You harpoon the back of the shark, you reel it in. You know what? Maybe they did do that.
Condo building. My guy's in there. He's fucking doing the mail like the Grinch.
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
Welcome back.
Back, you're welcome.
Oh, my God.
So you're asking random people about tap water?
Yeah.
That's your way of...
Well...
What is that your way of doing?
That's my way of seeing, like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you sound really good sometimes, but that doesn't mean you're right.
So you go, hey, let me ask people at random instead of potentially what? What's the other? Feels like there's another option
Just
here.
immediately take you at... you can't be the only...
No. It feels like there's a even better, completely better option.
Myself?
Holy shit.
But that doesn't mean anything.
Feels like it means more than asking random people the same question.
Welcome back to this week's Liquid episode. We're doing Coke Zero and water.
So you like BC and you like tap. I'll drink tap water in BC.
How was it? It was delicious.
It was better.
Yeah, I was crushing tap water in BC.
Tap water in BC that I'll drink.
So your problem is tap water in Toronto.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I've said explicitly to your face. We're here with Maddie Matheson today talking about the new restaurant. You're telling me you don't feel like Maddie Matheson. Your beard's almost forming in the shape of a tattoo right now. So you like BC, do you?
Yeah, something about the mountains, very tranquil.
Yeah, something about being out there with no one, nothing.
But those people are cool out there. Everybody pretty much is doing what I like to do, and they dress how I like to dress.
I think that it's fine. You hear that?
Yeah.
You locking that in?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. It's what it is. And it's nice, and it's good for them, you know? That's nice for them.
I think just the way you came in the group chat.
But you don't got to wield that shit like it's, and they do that. BC,
no, they wield.
You're out there, and you just said it. You're like, they're cool. They're in the mountains. And that's in their fucking heads. Because BC people are like, I am cool. I am in the mountains. It's like, no, you are just in the mountains. Back in the day, people that were just in the mountains were kind of, a little weird.
They were weird.
And now it's like cool that you don't shower and make your own soap with little experience in previous soap making. It's like fun, it's your whole identity. And I understand that from them. I get it. But it doesn't make for a good environment.
Like, where would you rather raise your child? What's the best place
other
in
than
Canada?
Vancouver?
No, just like
shit.
Let's do top 5 in Canada. Where would you raise
what a
child?
What a good question this is. Top 5? This
top 5. Start with the worst. Number 5.
Winnipeg would be the worst.
Okay, wait. Hold on a second. I didn't mean the worst. I meant your 5th favorite. Let's do that. Not the worst.
My 5th.
Like all 5 are places you want to raise a kid, but there's a ranking.
Potentially,
yeah, there's a ranking.
Well, you probably want to go like, Kelowna, BC would probably be 5th.
So you'd want to do that, but it's not your favorite.
Well, there's a lot of vagrants going around BC. There's just a lot of people in need all over the place. Not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing.
But it's just there's so much. There's so much need. There's not enough stuff. And then on the east, man. I'm east. I've realized I identify as east.
So you like the East Coast?
I'm an East Coast guy.
Okay. So you like seafood? Good. We know that.
This is the east to me too. This is the eastern fucking hemisphere right here.
Well, we are in Eastern Ontario.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You're not really. You're in Southern Ontario.
But I'm in Eastern America.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, you are in Eastern Standard Time, so I agree with that.
You feel that?
So let's just skip to number 1 here because like I don't want to go through the rest of those.
Number 1?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know. Raise a child?
Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario probably would be.
You would go there?
It's probably one of the best. Or like an East Coast city, like Halifax or
Probably
like New Brunswick.
Honestly, probably Montreal.
Oh no.
Well, because the kid's gonna get both languages.
Yeah.
Plus, it's cheaper to live there. Plus, it's very close to America. They got a lot of friggin' art stuff there. Very rural. You know, rural.
You're saying Montreal's rural? Rural?
It's rural. What do you got in there? Doing a little grooming here on the.
So you're saying Montreal?
I'm saying Montreal. What are you saying? What are you coming at with?
Yeah, I'd say like Sault Ste. Marie, or like I would like where Michaela's family's from in the
Sault
East.
Ste. Marie's number 1.
Tied with like East Coast vibes.
Wow, but there's so much wrong.
With what? Sault Ste. Marie?
The Sioux.
Yeah.
You know?
But we were raised there and we turned out all right.
Different time.
Oh, you think now because of all the druggies? Because of
Well,
all
I've realized it's always been on it's like right on a border. That's not always the best.
It would be better if the town across the border was a better town. It's just as bad there than it is.
But it's a party over there, man. You go over there, you get some like big box items over in America. It makes you feel special.
I don't necessarily know if it's the same vibe as when we were younger, though.
Applebee's exposure via Sioux, Michigan to Sioux, Ontario. Dude, that's like... There's no documentaries about that because people don't understand. But the amount of value and meaning derived from just having an Applebee's close for like a 55-year-old man and woman... God, that just fucking fills their damn tank, dude.
Applebee's kind of... If you experience that at a young age and you're Canadian, it changes your life, the course of your life.
They don't understand what their franchises do to us, you know, because we're like barely allowed in there. You have to show your passport. They're like, oh, fucking the Canadians want to come in.
Smoking or non-smoking for like the longest time. That
Whatever
was amazing.
you want.
Oh my God, that was. Sometimes I would sit in the smoking section but not smoke,
just to feel like manly.
Just to be a part of that culture because I knew it was going to die. You know, I knew it was going to be something that you weren't allowed to do anymore.
Yeah, that's spiritual. It feels like you're spiritual there for
like
a second.
the casino, all the Indian casinos in the States. You could still smoke in there.
Yeah. And you know
That's
what?
crazy.
You know what's cool about America? People know Sioux, Michigan. But in Canada, people don't know Sioux, Ontario.
No.
Sioux, Michigan's like a place.
Everybody knows Chippewa County, Sioux, Michigan.
Hell yeah, they do.
They know.
Chippewa County, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't really value or understand what was going on when I lived there. Like that we were in Chippewa County, like pretty much. But they're like
But did you frequent the border?
My parents all the time, yeah. GFS. You're going over there for hunks of cheese.
Yeah, Gordon Food Supply.
Oh my God, whoever he is, Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon, not Ramsay.
It should have been. It would have made more sense to us, I think. Gordon Food Supply, though, fuck. You see a GFS truck, doesn't that just make you feel good?
And you see them; they're all over the place. You don't see them just in Sioux, Ontario.
No, it's a big brand.
Yeah,
Americans don't fuck around. They're like, you know what? We're GFS.
Which begs the question, why do they suck so much?
What do you mean they suck?
Well, there's so many problems there. You have like political divides, you have religious divides. Like, figure it out, you know? You guys are good at so many things.
See, this is where I don't mind your, when you're on the street and you're asking people.
Yeah.
You're like, hey. Because that's what they should do.
What did you say?
That's when you're asking people about the waters. You're like, hey, what? You're bad on the water. You drinking tap water. That's what they should do to solve America's problems. Like, go to a dumb guy or a dumb girl and be like, hey, what should get fixed? And be like, I would love free health care.
Yeah,
done. Should be like the mob. What do you need? But you're gonna have to pay some taxes. You know, like it's literally just mafia shit.
I just realized I need one of those fucking arms that you have there.
You need an arm here?
I need an arm, yeah.
All right. Good segue. This is a good segue.
Yeah, sorry. Ship it.
Ship an arm. Ship it to Maddie Matheson's
I tried to
house?
get my mom to ship me something the other day, and I realized it would be almost impossible to do that.
What does that mean?
She has my fish finder there for ice fishing, and it's like not a small thing to ship.
Canada Post is on strike.
Yeah, and they're firing them too, which is amazing.
Yeah, Canada. I mean, who's going to punish Canada Post?
Well, I'm just saying, like, you want to strike for more money, but like you're ruining everybody's time. You picked the perfect time. I agree with all of the tactics. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic.
Christmas season, you want people to pay attention to you. But hey, how much more money do you need? You know? Are they getting paid minimum? If they're getting paid minimum wage, by all means, strike. Let's look up that. Let's look it up.
Yeah, give me a nice stat on the Canada Post.
Fucking chat GPT here. Like, I need to.
Well, they wouldn't be striking for no reason.
Well, sometimes people do that.
Well, are we talking these guys are out there like hand delivering the mail?
Yeah, those guys. That's the ones who are striking.
Yeah, it's the like, to be honest, it seems like that's like a high level service.
Well, like I know UPS, Perlator, those guys that drive the trucks, they get paid like a decent amount of money.
Mm-hmm. But like they hand deliver you the mail.
Okay, what does that mean? So what? If they drone deliver it, it's got to be more money? I don't get it.
No, I'm just saying like it's still some fucking guy who comes with a bag of everyone's mail.
Do they really walk around? A lot of them are driving in their little fucking.
Well, when you
Toyota.
go into a condo building, my guy's in there. He's fucking doing the mail like the Grinch back there.
Yeah, true, but that doesn't mean anything to me.
What do you mean?
That's your job.
No, I know it's his job. I'm just saying, like, for example, if you bought like a Rolex watch,
yeah,
they fucking hand deliver it to you.
Yeah,
like it's because it's like really nice. But the guy with the mail, we're just like, fuck this guy.
I'm not saying fuck him. I'm just saying if your goal is to get what you want to disrupt like a bunch of people's lives.
Well, I mean, how are you going to draw attention? It just so happens that they have the channel of fucking goods and services ironically spilled into their workforce.
And look how Canada Post is answering that stirring.
So
up
what
the
are
pot.
they doing? What's
They're
going
laying
on?
them off, dude.
They're just like, you're done.
Yeah, you want to strike? Well, we don't need you anymore. See you later.
Wow, that's a power move. I don't agree with it if I was on the worker side, but as the business, you're like, yeah, wow, can we just fire everybody?
Canada Post denies it violated labor code by laying off workers.
That's another tactic too. Just say no, I didn't.
Yeah.
The power of no, I didn't. Oh,
they
my God.
were accusing them of launching an assault by laying off workers during the ongoing strike. Because, like, how do people not see that? You know, they stroke.
You can be back from the mic there.
You think so?
Yeah, I think you could be a little.
Was it too loud?
You're a little loud there.
Oh, okay. So they were saying, okay.
Is I throw you off there?
No, it's okay. I had a thought process and now it's gone.
Okay. But I mean, yeah, you're right. How can't you not see it?
Laying off postal workers during a strike is illegal, they're saying. Well,
yeah.
Is it?
Well, I think it might be.
Canada Labor Code.
And if you just deny it, because what are these guys going to do? Sue? They're already out of a job. They've been striking.
Yeah, you're late. Go ahead, sue me. You're off work. You're suing the government.
When you strike, you get paid? No.
No. There's so it depends what part of what union you're in. They have like funds sometimes that support that.
Yeah. Just the guys out there.
Well, yeah, your union will like take money. It's not called a strike fund anymore. It'll be some other name or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like if they were ever going to go. But a lot of unions,
the warm fund.
A lot of unions now, they're not allowed to strike. Like they'll sign papers years ago where like that's not part of an option anymore.
I think it's odd that striking hasn't evolved out of like physically being there. Like I was driving to Costco the other day, and the Canada Post head office is on the way.
And you'd see a bunch of people standing.
And there's guys and women outside. It's cold. And
honk if you're horny? Is that what they're doing?
A couple honks. A lot of guys were horny for the boys though, which is weird. I don't know if they were happy for the strike or what, but so many horny honks, man.
Yeah.
So, but I'm like, how? Like, you don't need to be out here. It doesn't make my seeing you doesn't make it stronger, does it?
I think it is not meant for you. I think it's meant for the people in the building there.
Yeah, but they're inside so nice.
Yeah, they're inside nice, but they're like thinking, if we don't get these people back in here, nobody's getting their Christmas presents at all.
I guess a little bit, right?
But there is other avenues, like Perlator and UPS are like, please, keep striking. Please.
Well, the UPS...
DHL and whatever else, you know?
The UPS boys, they struck, and they got a bunch of money, right?
Yeah. But Canada Post, they work for the government. The other ones don't.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Like Perlator and UPS private. So if they stop business, you know what I mean? The money, right now only the government is losing money.
Which is, our money anyways.
Yeah, but the Perlator, somebody owns that. Somebody's the big boy on that one.
So that's literally just us against us right here.
Yeah. That's
The
what it
Canada
is.
Post strike is us against us.
And like we don't really care, but we should.
We kind of should. Well, I mean, what's being sent?
Probably a bunch of
Really?
shit anyway.
'Cause
A bunch of shit.
Amazon's got that covered, right? Like,
Amazon's got it taken care of.
they're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
You know,
immune.
Do you know how ridiculous Amazon is? I know a little sidetrack of what we're
Feels
talking
like I
about.
do know, but I want you to say.
Well, I was like looking at this it's just stuff for ice fishing.
Okay.
And there's this fishing company has everything I need for something I just bought. I just upgraded my fish finder and they have everything I need.
Let's go. Love it.
And I priced it all out on the website. It was like $860 for all this stuff. And I was like, why is it that much? And then I go to ring it through and it says, oh, it's going to be $30 of shipping. And I'm like, where is this coming from? It's coming from the States. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I just think I'll just wait. And then I go look on Amazon, dude. Free Prime delivery on the same items. And it says it's shipped through Amazon, but it's supplied by the company.
Huh.
But it's also cheaper. So I'm like, why am I ever buying something from anywhere besides Amazon now?
Well, I mean, what year is it in your head? Like, I think you're late. It feels like you're kind of late to the game.
I
here.
just don't understand how Jeff Bezos could be like, listen, you guys don't need to look anywhere but here.
I mean, he's been saying it.
True. I
Like,
just don't
Amazon's great.
it's amazing. But people hate Jeffrey Bezos. Why?
Jeffrey
Why do they
Bezos.
hate him?
I mean, I think they hate him just because it's like
He's successful.
he's just successful.
So that's what we've evolved
He-
to. We hate people who
He
are
just
better than
whipped
us.
out his huge big dick, and he's like, "Listen, I want to sell books, but I'm eventually going to sell everything."
I'm going to sell there's not one thing you could type in. I bet you could sell it, type in hooker on there, it would pop up.
Probably shouldn't. Have you though?
No.
Like hooker for a fish?
No, just after last week of me typing in that stuff that we were talking
You
about.
can laugh at that. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh, I rewatched it and I was laughing so hard.
Oh, I gotta clip it. I've been just
I mean, who cares, dude? I honestly, a lot of people are watching that episode and
Yeah.
we didn't clip anything. So don't make clips anymore. Just let them have that.
Let him just have it. Christ.
Do you think it's a problem to rewatch the episode?
In what context?
Like, we'll record and then
Yes, sir.
during the week, like I'll just watch the episode back one full time.
And you're asking me if that's a problem?
Is that weird?
You're saying, do I think you're weird for listening to your own conversation for an hour
Yeah.
that you know you already took part in?
Yeah.
Sounds like it is when I'm asking those hard hitting questions.
Yeah, my buddy.
I'm
my
like
buddy,
a journalist for like a
My buddy
sociopath.
thinks I'm insane. He's like, that's very vain of you to do. And I was like, I don't understand. I just need to like.
You
it's for
take these things to heart, eh? When somebody says something to you, and then you're like fucking now in detective mode.
Well, I'm just curious because like I don't see it the same way. I'm disagreeing with him. Like for posterity, it makes sense for me to watch the podcast.
I mean, what's posterity mean?
Like you're like it's like you're double checking. Like it's like trust and verify. Posterity is like consistency. No, it's I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I would have loved more confidence on that, but okay.
All future generations of people. Like you're doing it for the future. Like
Yeah.
you're making it make sense. So how could I?
So wait a
expect
second.
people to
So
watch
you
it?
watch it and then you tell people that you watch it?
No.
No.
He just has caught me more often than not, like going over some things that I was laughing at. He's like, it makes no sense. You already did this conversation. You've already laughed at the joke, but then you're laughing at it again. He's like, you're insane. And I was like,
I don't know if you're insane. I mean, you just like it.
I do like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what separates the men from the boys. Because there's boys, and then Boys to Men, also most successful boy band in history.
Amazing.
And then there's the men to the boys.
Okay.
But I think if you like it, dude. The amount of liquid consumption on your end during an episode is...
I'm not even thirsty.
Yeah, what's going on there?
I just like...
You like habituals.
Well, I just have all of these drinks in front of me.
What do you got?
Water.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're smashing that right now. Yeah.
And then that black cherry Coke Zero.
Black cherry Coke Zero.
Actually, I think it's just cherry Coke Zero.
I feel like that's a big point of contention, too, about the American-Canadian thing. They're always debating, like, what flavors can... It's like, we want the other ones, too, the cool ones.
Well, yeah, like I wish we had vanilla Coke.
Well, growing up, it came out like every once in a while. Like we're fucking
And I would
in
lose
Poland
it. That was,
or some
that
shit.
was my favorite. A can of vanilla Coke.
Dude, the little white stripe. Christ.
If you give me a vanilla Coke Zero, watch out.
What, you drink it?
I will.
Fuck.
I'll drink it all.
No kidding.
I won't stop drinking it.
You tell me twice. So something about
How was your trip? Fuck you.
oh.
Shut up whatever you're about to say. How was your trip?
it was fast. It was a lot of driving.
You flew there and then you drove.
Flew to Vancouver, basically got the hotel, drove to Whistler, drove back to Vancouver. Then got up, drove from Vancouver to Kamloops, did 2 shows, drove from Kamloops back to Vancouver.
And the shows went okay.
They were great.
I guess for me, the question I want to ask is like, for all of that work in 2 days, like, do you feel like you were compensated what you deserve? Like, what the amount that makes sense?
Honestly, more, yeah, more than I would have.
Oh, you made a lot.
Not like a lot, I guess, but I did well. Yeah,
Okay.
a boss also is like headlining. It's his tour, and
Yeah.
he was smashing. Like it was great.
So he was crushing it out there in Kamloops.
Yeah, he's added a few of these jokes, and he was doing some callbacks. Like he's really figured out how to just like headline, like do a really great headlining set, and yeah, it's great.
So that's kind of good. So you expand that tour through the rest of the country, and you guys are making millions.
No, millions. Well, no, he's ending it in December this weekend in Toronto with 2 shows. And then he's adding more shit in the States in the new year.
Are you going to go to the States with him? Did you?
Well, I can't you can't like work because America now with Trump too. Trump's like going to put the hammer down.
Donnie Trump, dude. He's the
You know that Americans think that like the terrorists or whatever got in from 9/11 through Canada?
Like the guys that hijacked the planes?
Yeah, they think they got in through Canada, but apparently that's been denied. Like that has been factually proven to be not true. Let's get the conspiracy on this, but
did they have to even do that? Like back then, there was no really rules. You guys
because anyone can go anywhere. But there's also like the largest unmanned border is shared between Canada and America. It's in Quebec. You just cross it. But Trump. That's what Trump's like, yo, I'm going to tariff you guys because, I don't like you bitches. He doesn't like criminals coming from anywhere. But that just means it's tighter for everybody else. So to answer your question in a long-winded scenario here, no, I will not be going to America all the time.
So it's actually interesting. Like they know where they came from.
Yeah.
So why did they say Canada?
Because people get hyped up.
Yeah, they literally tracked them. Like they have the names and where they came from exactly. Like
crazy.
There's a couple guys from. We don't have to say where they're from because we don't have to give the put hype into the names. But
yeah,
they came in through Boston International, Miami International. A couple guys came from Germany. International flights from Germany.
Damn.
Another international flight from Egypt. They did it over the course of a few days. Like it wasn't like.
It's probably very cold in Canada back then.
Yeah, like they weren't coming through Canada.
No,
and if they did, well, fucking be better at it.
They walked. If they did, they walked.
They walked
an international airport.
I don't think there's any no bridges we have here you can walk across on ours.
Yeah, you can walk into America in Quebec.
Okay, I guess I'm used to like the
Look
Sioux
it up.
Bridge.
The largest unmanned border.
What does unmanned border mean?
No one guards it. There's just no border. It's just a tree line. What does unmanned mean? There are no men there. It's only women who guard it. Imagine that's what unmanned meant.
Canada-United States border.
Borster, yeah. Tell us about it.
5,500 miles, making it the longest undefended and unmanned border in the world.
Correct. You could walk across it.
So there you go. So why do I even waste my time waiting in line on the bridge? Like, what are we doing here?
So Trump's like, yo, listen, that shit is going to get a little tighter probably.
So they're going to put some cameras and stuff.
I don't know what they're going to put over there, but...
Isn't it funny to you that border is bigger and more unmanned than the Mexican border? Like,
Well,
There's a desert down there.
it's just a testament to fucking the relationship, man, with Canadians and Americans.
Yeah, we literally have no interest in
We're
going
cool.
there. We have so much unprotected area to just cross over, and yet we choose not to illegally enter.
Well, the genius of it is that it's in Quebec, and Quebec doesn't even want to be Canadian, so that's kind of like its own perfect little scenario.
True. I kind of want them to just Quebec-zit.
Because like if Saskatchewan if that was actually in Saskatchewan, that border, the Americans would have been like, these guys are fucking coming over here drunk. They're fucking annoying. We gotta close this shit up.
Yeah, true.
Quebec's
true.
like anything that's not Quebec is bullshit.
Did you see? Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know how that had anything to do with you going to do the tours like in the States. Like
The
you could
unmanned
go work
border?
there. No, but you could go work there. You could go work with.
Well, no, you can't
boss.
get paid. No, he has a visa, so I couldn't get paid on the shows like legally, or like be advertised on the posters because it takes away from an American job.
So why don't you just get one of those little passes?
Those little passes.
Don't they have a little pass you get to wear? Or
There's a
something?
visa that costs like $10,000 US, and you have to prove that you are like extraordinary ability, which is like a bunch of like articles and shit that you've done in comedy and testimony from your mother, shit like that.
And you,
Like if it was just talking to your parents,
yeah.
I would have got into America years ago.
So when you pay the 10,000, like you got to recoup that. That's got to be recouped.
Well, that's your goal.
So you're charging 40,000 for a show? Like I
Not
don't
like
get.
you're not like trying to repay it on the first show. You're not going out there going like, "Hey, this is the 10K visa show."
Okay,
that's a visa for 3 years, my friend.
So really, it's only like 3,000 a year.
Sure. I mean, I've never really understood anybody doing that math there. You're the first person I've ever met who's like, that's 3,000 a year.
But that makes sense because
It doesn't not. You definitely did the math. I mean, you're a little under
33, but I'm like, there's leakage in there somewhere.
Yeah, let's call it leakage.
Yeah, it's that extra 1,000 is like we don't have to worry about it.
So, yeah, it's that much every 3 years.
Okay, so it's you're thinking about doing that, obviously.
Well, eventually you got to do it. Yeah.
You have to do it.
Well, if you're taking it seriously, goddammit.
Okay, who's the highest paid Canadian comedian that does not have one of those?
Who's the highest paid Canadian comedian who does not have one of those?
Yeah. Like who's somebody who refuses
you
to go
just
to the States?
eliminated like so many people when you like they all have visas basically.
So there's no Canadian who's like I refuse
There
to
are
go to the States.
There are Quebec comedians, but they all also have like there are Quebec comedians that make like six figures because Quebec is like fucking like that.
Yeah, they support their own.
Quebec is all about Quebec. Ontario loves Buffalo and shit,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And like New York. Like
What's going on here?
I don't know, you tell me. You're kind of melting down. You're like an old car today. We're just trying to fuel you up. We don't know if it's fucking water.
Well, I sneezed and now my mic sounds kind of weird, so it's like
Well, you're right up to it too. I feel like I'm about to get my train ticket.
Well, I just don't know what the sound is like if I'm this far or this. Like, where are we at here?
You need to be like this far, I think, guy.
Right here?
Like, imagine a macaroon.
One Macron?
Yeah, one macaron.
But like,
We should have a tea episode. You like tea?
Widthwise? Yeah, widthwise or lengthwise? Like,
Lengthwise? No.
lengthwise is like
No,
it's like
width. I'm talking width, puppy.
All right. So 1 centimeter away.
1 centimeter away.
Speaking of centimeters,
Yeah?
the Sioux got 50 centimeters of snow
Wow,
overnight.
what a transition that was.
Overnight.
And we'll be back with more news coverage on Sault Ste. Marie snowstorm when we come back. Throw it over to Tracy. 6 feet of snow almost.
It's not a great transition if you point out that it's a good transition.
I mean, it's just I appreciated it, honestly. And we're back.
I nailed one time. It was a good one that time.
The time that you drank episode, your transitions were as hard as driving up a mountain with a 2-wheel vehicle. The last show in Vancouver, I hosted the 2 Vancouver shows, and my buddy Jam Easy hosted Kamloops, and then I hosted Whistler. All the shows were great. They were all fun. And then the last show, I went up after Jam to do like 5 minutes before a boss. And I did a couple jokes. They were going good. And then I just got into this weird spot.
What does that mean?
It was like there's a bunch of women, like older women on this right-hand side. And it got to like their age came up. And the one lady said she was like 35. And I just kind of like had a natural reaction that I didn't think she was 35.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And it just got like weird for a second. And I kind of think that the reason that I had that reaction is because that video, you ever seen that video of that guy doing a podcast? And he's talking to a girl named Shelly.
Yeah. She's like,
I'm 35 and
no, 39.
I'm 39 and I'm happy because I don't look 39. It makes me feel very good. And he's like, Shelly, you look 39. And I think I had that in my head.
Yeah.
And then that happened, yeah. But it ended up obviously what you live and it's fine. But oh yeah.
That's great.
It's a tough bounce.
I've turned into kind of a jerk lately. Because
Do tell.
I'm on like day 6 of drinking Athletic Greens every morning, AG1.
Okay, yeah.
And like now I'm going in the grocery store and I'll walk in like the veggie green, like the produce aisle, and I'll be like, people will be like standing there trying to decide. I'm like, you don't need this anymore.
No.
Get Athletic Greens.
But you like a nice salad though.
I like a salad, but I'm saying, hey, 1 Athletic Greens a day
might open your nose up.
Yeah.
So you saw Gladiator 2.
Sucked.
Speaking of Athletic Greens, that's what they need out there.
They were dying of.
So wait a second before we jump right into that. Are you feeling better now?
Well,
so it recommends drinking it right first thing in the morning, eh?
Yeah, I drink it on empty stomach as soon as I wake up.
And you like it?
Yeah, like my poops have been great.
That's good.
Because before,
it's nice that you're on the podcast talking about poop for once.
Yeah, that's not the only thing. I think that here's what it is.
Yeah,
I was able to look at my life and say I'm probably not getting a lot of all the things that I need.
Gotcha.
So let's compact all those things into one little drink.
Let's just drink them up.
And if it doesn't work, then
Brilliant.
I'll just stop drinking it. But if it does.
What's one thing you're looking for? You want a little better sleep here? You want to...
I don't know what the greens is going to do, but I'll figure it out eventually.
You'll figure it out.
If I keep taking them, eventually something will get better in my life.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
I think you might be right.
Because if you manage the green intake prior to the greens, 2% a week of my daily intake was probably greens.
So I'm just going to say this to you now. I think this is like the beginning steps of, you not being a big old bitch anymore about your health.
just consuming this once a day,
That's a nice top you got on there.
Yeah, that's the only nice part of it.
Plastic.
The rest is just plastic.
So Gladiator 2.
Go ahead.
How'd you feel?
So here's how I felt.
Yeah, give it to me.
Watching it, I was distracted because I was.
Did you
almost
see it in
convinced
IMAX?
I went to see it whatever way the movie theater lets you see it.
Got it.
IMAX doesn't change anything about the movie.
Anto? It does.
Sure.
Have you
100 times better.
Have you been to a real
Yeah, it doesn't change the
Have
story.
you been to a real IMAX theater where it's like
Yeah.
so big
Yeah.
that you're like in the fucking movie?
You know what I realized about theaters, actually? I bet there's 2 movies now this week I went to. And the sound, although you're in such a big room, it isn't really that loud, which I find very interesting.
So when you go to an IMAX movie,
Yeah.
the sound is in IMAX.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. I'm saying it's never going to be too loud where you couldn't talk to the person beside you.
IMAX is.
Okay, I don't think that's going to make the story better. The IMAX is going to make
I'm going to be honest with
visuals.
you. I'm going to be honest with you. Certain films in IMAX make it better.
Russell Crowe could have been sitting beside me. I wouldn't have liked the second one better than I did. You liked it?
No, I didn't love it. I think it's a movie I got to watch a second time.
Yeah.
Because
anyways, what I was trying to say is I was
I'm
watching
here.
it.
I'm listening.
And I got distracted almost. Like I got tricked into liking it while I was watching it. And I remember even feeling this because at certain points I was like, this is a pretty cool movie. Like when they're in the Coliseum and then they fill it with water in their ships. I'm like,
Amazing.
I don't think they ever did this. I don't think that
They
was
did it
ever a thing.
once.
In history.
Yes.
They filled the Coliseum with water.
Correct. It was very expensive. They got it from a water basin they created nearby. I looked it up after the movie.
I'm glad you did the research for us because
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of ridiculous, but I thought it was very interesting.
Well,
I was like,
actually,
that's
that
very
is a known fact in history that they had filled it up once, and they had filled up other smaller arenas like that with water to do other stuff. The Coliseum was very expensive to do, though.
cool. Well, I think if that was the day they did that, they should have been charging those people a lot more money to
A
be
lot of admission.
I needed to be like a 20 gold piece day.
The sharks in there, though, I thought that was too much.
Either way, again,
What do you think about that? The sharks.
yeah, stupid. How'd they get the sharks? You know how far away the sharks are from where that is?
Yeah.
How'd they transport them at that time?
Yeah.
Like the ocean is not close.
Rhino, I was like too much. I think that's too much as
What do
well.
you mean? The rhino just walks up from Africa. No
but
big
I'm
deal.
okay. I'm okay.
No big deal.
I'm okay with that.
The rhino, no big deal. Shark? How did they transport the shark from the ocean?
Yeah. Shouldn't have done that.
They had plastic containers back then?
No.
So they put them in a cage? How'd they get the water?
And like, who the fuck? Like, how are they tracking sharks out there in ancient Rome?
I'm telling you, I think that's impossible.
To track? Yeah. Like,
No, I think that shark is impossible.
Yeah. There's no sharks there.
They had no tech. Well, in the ocean there is, but it's not close.
But I'm saying, how are they catching a shark in ancient Rome? Mind you, they're very advanced, but
They
like,
were. I just don't know how they even transported it.
what kind of bait we talking? Obviously, human.
A human, a small slave, probably. They just
Easy
threw him
for
in there.
them.
Please. Okay, they cut him open and they just said swim.
I mean, in certain areas, there are a lot of sharks by the beach.
Actually, when you think about it, if you couldn't care less about human life, super easy to catch a shark.
Yeah, especially if you know where to go.
You just cut his foot and you go for a swim.
But the ship's so big, you know? Like, how are they?
You harpoon the back of the shark, you reel it in. You know what? Maybe they did do that.
Yeah, it's a lot of sharks, so they had at least 10 in there.
So,
And they were all very vicious sharks. Some sharks you get are a little more docile.
yeah, I was watching it and I was a little bit tricked a little bit. And then when it ended,
Yeah.
the ending was absolutely horrendous of an ending.
Okay, well, wait. Before we get to the ending, I want to say that the two guys who were the emperors, the twin emperors,
Stupid also, but yes.
I like the guy who's he was in Stranger Things, the one guy.
You're talking about the guy,
he
like
plays
the
the
leader.
guitar.
He's almost the leader guy.
Yeah.
Not the little dumb guy with syphilis.
No, the tall guy, the taller blonde guy.
Yeah. Not the guy
He's
who
a
loved
great-
the monkey.
I know, yeah. I like the other guy, not the guy who loved the monkey. I like him as an actor, but I thought those two guys, that role, was like almost comedic.
Was that a last minute addition to like what happened there?
Well, that's their Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh no, they didn't do a good job with that.
Man, it just makes you. And I was saying this about House of Cards when we were on the trip, and you'll agree with this, obviously. The fucking difference when the acting is like amazing. Like Denzel, I thought was amazing in Gladiator.
Yeah, he was
2.
amazing.
Yeah,
If he wasn't in that movie, I don't think anybody would have watched it.
seriously. And the whole Pedro Pascal arc,
Terrible. Get him out of there.
yeah, I was like, but
Also, why is he not even speaking like British or anything? Like he just was Pedro Pascal. He was just speaking American.
yeah, he's literally clearly a Spaniard.
Just terrible. Like it was terrible.
There was a few things there. And Deanna, when we left, she was like, why didn't the wife dying in the beginning? Like, why wasn't that just a cutscene? Like, he should have just remembered her dying because we needed, like, so much more
Yeah, it
exposition.
was a whole war.
I was like, because they did that in the first one. So you can't, they literally, if they did that, it almost would have been, like, the exact same movie.
here's what they did. They took the first movie, okay?
Yeah.
They took all the guts out of the first movie and then
Yeah,
just reintroduced new guts. And I hate that I realized that. And I've watched like people talk about it. I sent you that video of like them on the podcast talking about it.
Yeah.
And it was really unfortunate.
Yeah, I
They didn't need to do that.
I
They
think
could've
I
just
had
made
the
a new-
same. Now that you say feeling tricked, I think I felt the exact same arc of emotions. I was like, "Oh, this movie's kind of cool," and then I was like, "Oh, wait, it's just this is the first one,
Yeah.
but shitty
Yeah. A shitty version of the first one.
with
which
Denzel,
sucked.
who like did a gay scene, and we don't even get to see it."
He did a gay scene?
He like, I think he makes out or kisses that guy. He said he like kisses that guy. I think that guy he steals his house from, where he's like, your house is mine now or whatever.
Pack your bags, he said. Pack it.
I think they have like a little, and Denzel was like, I did this scene. They cut it out.
Yeah, good choice.
He was just living his life up.
Because two like old guys making out,
not hot.
Well, like think about The Last of Us.
You also don't want like old gayness to be cool, right? That's too much. That's too much
I think
for
gayness
people.
in general is cool now.
Oh, it's cool, but like old guys, shit, that's scary for people. I think.
Yeah, but like if you remember that scene with what's his name from Parks and Rec there, Offerman.
Yeah,
that scene in The Last of Us where he's laying in the bed with the partner.
I haven't watched it.
You never watched The Last of Us?
No.
Oh no, dude. You should watch The Last of Us.
It's great.
Pedro Pascal actually does very well there.
Yeah, he was just in Gladiator too.
He shouldn't have been in there. I think his agent screwed up there. It was like, dude, we got a role here for you. It's going to be a lot of money probably, maybe.
I didn't like his death either. Spoiler.
Yeah, that's, again, see, the movie's not very good.
No.
And
also,
really, that kid has only been in like a couple of things.
The main guy?
Yeah, he's only been.
Pascal?
Did you know the movie? He's in actually the movie he's in. He's gay in that movie.
You always got to. It's always that's one of the two. One of the two.
It's good. It was a good movie though.
His thing was like, he was just kind of mad the whole time. But then he met
rage.
But then he met his mom, and he was not happy with that at all. He was like emotionally fulfilled for a second, and then he was like, "Well, shit, bitch." And like that conversation that they had when they were in the cell or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like two people that knew what they were already going to talk about before they met and then had the conversation in front of us just to have it.
Yeah.
Because middle of the way, he was like, well, what if I did know that you might be my mom? And you're like, what? Wait, they know that this is what it is? How they just met?
But he does know.
Yeah. And we don't know why he knows anything.
He saw her up there. He saw her.
A lot of gravel touching, too.
Too much.
Like, remember Russell.
So I'll say bottom line is Jordan and Antonio do not recommend going to see Gladiator.
I mean, I would recommend going to see it in IMAX.
Don't go see it. Jordan has fucking stairs. He has stock shares.
I have stock shares in
IMAX.
IMAX is a separate company. Registered trademark of IMAX Corporation.
Moana 2? Don't go see
My wife's at it right now.
Don't go see it. Not good.
You don't. Why are you hitting the movies so much?
I don't know. I just was like, you kept telling me to go to the movies. And guess what? After 2 times this week, I'm not going to the movies for a while. It has nothing to do with how expensive it is, I realized.
Oh, it's the best.
I've changed my perspective on it.
Okay, I'm listening.
It's nothing that I'm going to do there.
Yeah.
Beats than me. Like, I have a really good surround sound system and I have a big ass TV. I shut the lights off. It feels like I'm in the movie theater.
That's, that's just terrible.
Okay.
You know?
Hey, guess what?
What do you want? What are you killing society with that?
I'm at 100% satisfactory rating every movie I've ever watched on this couch.
In the house, yeah.
I've never once, even a new movie that I've never seen.
Gladiator 2 on the couch, incredible.
Like, did you watch Saturday Night?
Saturday Night? No, what's that? Oh, the movie about SNL?
The 90 minutes prior to the first episode?
I did not know.
You should watch it.
You watch it at the theaters?
No. Watch it on my couch.
At the theaters, you probably would have hated it.
Oh, yeah. That's not a movie you go to the theater.
What snacks are you getting at the movies?
So last night I got a small popcorn and peanut M&Ms, and I put them inside the popcorn.
Wow. See, that's why I need you to go to the movies a little bit more. Then I'm learning a little bit deeper snack level.
Yeah, and I brought my own water bottle.
So is that intuitive to you? Like when a bear sees a salmon?
Well, I've been doing that since I was a kid.
Really?
Sweet and salty.
I mean, it's a beautiful.
And you know what sucks though? If you don't eat the M&Ms fast enough, they find their way to the bottom of that bag, and then you have to eat the whole bag of popcorn.
Well, how wouldn't they? They're heavier, you know.
Yeah,
it only makes sense.
A lot of butter flavoring too. Fuck you, Jordan, with the butter.
You went to flavoring.
I went to the flavoring, and I realized if you put enough in there, you're good to go.
How much did you put?
I probably counted to 10 twice.
So you
in my head.
stood at the thing?
And you do like, you move, you find the little cracks so it gets to the bottom.
So why?
Well, that doesn't cost me any extra money. I think it's a shame that they charge extra for butter.
I think that it's a lot that they charge you like almost $2.50 to layer butter.
Yeah, like think about this.
But it's butter, dude.
Think about this.
Cows.
Stop. Think. One large bag of popcorn. They're saying we're charging you $20. $20. Popcorn is nothing.
Yeah, you're right.
Like it doesn't cost anything.
You're right. Yeah.
That's dried corn that they don't even use it.
They don't even register it.
The farmers are like, we don't want this. It's not good anymore.
Yeah, it comes in just plastic bags. Nobody gives a shit about it.
You've already charged me 200% more than I think popcorn's worth. You should just give me the butter. Just give it to me.
You know what I will say? For once.
Yeah.
For the one time.
Yeah.
You're making complete sense.
Well, thank you.
Because, I mean, a combo number one, what are we looking at here?
It's $27 for combo number one.
Pop's free. I'm pretty sure Coca-Cola has been funding. I'm pretty sure Coca-Cola has been funding free fucking sodas for the last 25 years.
My question is, how much money do they have to make at this place?
Well, the problem is guys like you who are refusing to want to go. Everyone thinks, I mean, you went a couple times here, but everybody thinks the movies are for like crazy movies. Sometimes you just got to go to a movie because it's in the theaters.
I disagree.
What do you mean?
I think it has to be a movie it's got to be a theater movie. There's different kinds.
Dude, they're all theater movies. If it's in the theaters.
Dude, no, they're not.
Yes, they are. When we were growing up, you would literally go see a comedy.
Yeah. Those were mistakes.
You wouldn't go see... You would go see
mistakes.
this. You would imagine seeing Dodgeball in theaters.
Imagine going to see Liar Liar in theaters.
Oh my god, dude! If they put that in the theater tonight, I would go see it. You're telling me you wouldn't go see Liar Liar in theaters?
No, it's not meant for the theater.
It totally is meant for the theater.
Action, Titanic, movie theater, movie. You know,
dude, you're crushing my soul with that shit.
Grandiose. I need grandiose expression.
That's complete fucking bullshit.
You don't know anything, so.
Let me tell you why.
You actually don't know that much.
Let me tell you why you think you're wrong, okay?
Okay, let's go ahead. I'll hear you.
Because you've been doing Liar Liar on the couch for 20 years.
20 years plus.
And if it came back to the theater, that's the one time.
I think that's how they get you.
They got me.
It's like going to watch Lord of the Rings in concert.
You did that.
I want to do that. I would love
Dude, did you go when they had Titanic at the movie theater for the 25-year anniversary or whatever? Did you go? I fucking went.
I purposely didn't go.
What do you mean purposely?
I just removed this headphone for a second.
Yeah.
Wow, am I loud, dude? I got to slow down.
You're a loud guy.
Like, Michaela must be fucking pissed right now. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't even know.
We were talking about the Titanic bullshit.
Yeah, I went to see it.
Well.
Incredible.
Maybe.
Yeah, I just think I just think anything, it can be a fucking, it doesn't have to be Dune and shit.
But that's what it was designed for.
It's exciting.
Because like if you think of where the movies came from some sort of like very dramatic plays, we don't need drama anymore. We want action. We want blood.
Yeah, you do need action, but all movies kind of have it. I'm saying it's just less in some movies. Like now it's at a time where people want the whole movie to be a Tom Cruise fucking let's go.
That would be great.
I'm excited.
I want to be on the edge of my seat.
But you're telling me right now this Christmas, if they put the Santa Claus in theaters, you wouldn't go watch that?
Tim Allen?
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
They put, what's it called? Red One there? I'm not going to go see that shit movie.
If the Santa Claus is in theaters, you're telling me you wouldn't go?
No, I've seen it. No, I don't need to.
Wow.
I don't live on nostalgia
nothing.
like you do.
It means nothing to you. The scale.
It means everything to me, actually.
What's that?
It means everything to me. That's why I will stay away from the movie theaters. I'll just watch it at home.
Dude, this is now just not. Now you're not even making any sense.
I don't need to go spend money at the movie
Oh
theater.
my god! How many children do you have? I don't go to spend my money Just becoming a fucking old Italian hankering, you know?
Yeah.
When?
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, something happened.
I think I overboard, too much overboard.
Too
before.
much over the board.
I was way too much like spend all
Let's
of
go
the money,
have a good
zero-
time.
and now it's like I want to save all the money.
Yeah, yeah.
Like every penny
What's the most money you've saved in like your whole life?
would be like recently right now.
That's what you need. The most I ever saved at like one time like was like $3,000 to like stockpile.
Oh, multiply that by 10 now probably.
And you're worried about going to the movies?
The movie, dude, it's all it takes is one movie to cripple the empire.
Well, you're not even getting layered butter.
No layered butter. She asked me too confidently.
Well, because
She's like, "Do you want butter?" I was like, "No."
she took a look in your eyes.
She saw how the size of the man in front of her. She's like, "Yeah, this guy wants layered butter."
Dude, you didn't get nachos any of these times?
No, I don't. When I went to Gladiator 2, I didn't get anything. I brought my own water bottle in. And then last night, I was like, "Kids movie, you know, we'll do the kids stuff."
So
We'll get
when's the
popcorn.
last time you got nachos with 2 cheese at the movie theater?
20 years probably. 20 years.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And you're a cheese guy. I mean, you refuse to go down on the cheese.
Oh, I love cheese, dude. I had a 3 cheese omelet this morning.
How's that? How was that for the day?
I start the day off great.
Good cheese omelet?
You counteract that with the greens, the athletic greens.
Yeah, you're just instantly getting diarrhea?
No, it's the opposite of diarrhea.
Yeah.
Greens make it like perfect. It looks like this pretty much.
Yeah, pretty
This
much.
bottle.
Do you like the taste?
I don't mind it. Doesn't
I don't
hurt
mind,
me.
I don't mind it either.
Do you drink athletic greens too?
Yeah, I've been drinking it for years.
AG1?
Correct.
Why didn't you tell me about it?
Did. I did.
Did you?
You don't listen. That's your thing.
I just like this is the way I see it. Is you tell me something, Ken,
Yeah. And you
and
hate
I
it
wait-
immediately.
I hate it always because you told me. If it comes out of somebody else's mouth, I support it.
You're a little bit more excited about it.
And then I give it like 6 months to a year, and then I will do the thing that you told me, but I'll make it my own idea.
Yeah, you'll forget entirely that it was introduced to you through me.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's okay with me.
Yeah.
Does that bother you?
Doesn't really impact me at all. No, you're just a little behind there on the few things.
The tap water's the next thing to go.
I'm out of the tap. I'm gone from the tap world. I was at the tap lounge for a long time.
You were like the VIP tap member, I remember.
So now you're just creating a psychological barrier around you of people that drink tap water.
Yeah, like that's my safety net.
It's your net.
Anytime you're like tap water's bad, I'll be like, well, if I'm gonna die, all these
So
people are
clearly, when I said that I don't drink tap water because I think it's bad, you started to panic. Just off the top, you panicked.
Well, yeah, because if you knew
You're
how much
concerned.
tap water I consumed in my life so far to date,
Okay, so what you need to go tonight when you're going to bed
yeah,
and you're going little sleeps,
yeah,
just know that your tap water is not perfect
no,
and you are getting stuff that could fuck you up.
Pandora's box opened.
That's been another. But you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, I hear you.
I worried you a little bit. So you've been attacking me like a fucking news reporter. And that's what it is. Drink it up, buddy. Tap. You're the type
Costco's
of,
got one of those things on sale that you
the
want.
way
It
you
goes,
look right now, it looks like you're going to start a water bottle company called Tap.
the way I look.
Yeah, this is very like BC entrepreneur.
You're wearing a sweater that doesn't have sleeves.
It's crop sweater.
You look like you're about to be a Patrick Swayze remake movie.
Dude, I'm trying to dance out of here and box 3 dudes. It's confusing. It's a confusing
that's
setup.
weird for you to dance and then be fighting immediately.
Wow, wouldn't that be intimidating if I just slid into the room and beat the shit
If
out of a
you,
couple
like,
dudes?
If you tap dance into a room,
Well,
and then
am
started
I trying to
beating
be
up 3 guys.
inconspicuous or am I trying to tap dance?
No, you got to tap dance.
All right.
Or you dance in like a swan, like very calmly.
What's like a dance? Like what kind of dancing would you be like? Fuck, that's good dancing. Like what intimidates you?
Oh, if somebody could like do the tango
Wow.
with a person. Oh yeah.
I'm more I like the you got served guys. Those guys.
I like breakdancing.
Like when a dude does a head slide,
Yeah.
that's
Chris Brown.
That's intimidating. But I guess the tango's pretty good. They're like this what's that show?
Oh,
Dancing
so you
with the
think you
Stars?
can dance?
No,
Oh
or-
yeah.
Well, Dance with the Stars is because like that's like maybe a little bit athletic people.
Yeah, yeah.
And now it's like they're doing something they don't usually do.
That's true. Well, not all of them are athletic, because some of them are just actors.
Well, there's a little athleticism probably to some of the acting they may have done. Getting out of the
Yeah.
trailer, getting to set, a little jog.
Is your week busy this week with a bunch of stuff again?
No, I'm not casting anything this
So you
week.
finally have a week where you don't have to be at the set of something?
Correct.
That should be exciting for you.
Well,
I guess not really, because you're not getting
you want to be on set.
every day.
Not every day, but it would be nice to film it would be nice to have filmed another movie right now, but also it's like the end of the year. I'm fucking good. It's been a long year. Fucking BC.
I'm excited for you.
What are you excited for?
I think next year there's gonna be a big movie in there, like an IMAX movie.
IMAX would be great. Dude, I like an existential crisis. I was like, about comedy, I was like, oh man, I gotta get better. You know?
How?
That's what bombing does.
Did you bomb?
For that was like 3 or 4 minutes. Yeah, there's a weird moment in there where it was like it got weird for a sec. It's fine, like you just deal with it. But oh my god, I was eating shit for like 3 minutes
Like
straight.
in BC, you were eating shit,
Yeah.
but only the one time.
No, all the other shows were great.
Okay.
It was just in between the feature act. I was hosting. Fucking 4 minutes of it was going great. And then it just got fucking weird. I was eating shit for like 3 minutes. And then you feel like shit. You get off stage, you're like, oh, fuck, I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, because if I hired you to be somebody to warm them up for me,
Well, we did. That's the whole goal.
but if you cooled them down, I'd be pissed.
Well, no, it had no impact on the show at all.
Okay.
But it was just like, yeah,
It just had impact on you.
pretty much
Deal with it. It's part of the job.
part of the job.
Race car drivers, sometimes they hit the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the car's not even, they don't even really own the car.
They don't own the car. So think about that. You could have smashed a $250,000 car into the wall and you didn't.
Yeah, I think that every person would benefit from that line of thinking.
Actually, now that you think about it, it could always be way worse.
I mean, if you really take a second to think about it, it's like, well, you're not like a camel in like the desert, because that's hard as shit. Being a camel.
All you got to do is realize you're not a mosquito flying around, buzzing, trying to suck
Or a
somebody's blood.
captured mosquito. I'm not a mosquito who's unaware that I'm about to die.
Yeah.
You know? Or I'm not like an old Roman about to get pushed off the castle because I fucking made a joke nobody got, you know?
When you think about the age, like how old the oldest person was in Rome at the time,
Give me it.
you're living till like 35, 40.
Well,
Like Proximo with the gray hairs in the first one, 40.
maybe
35.
maybe 30.
That's crazy, dude.
Maybe 28.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
Not really.
Yeah, I guess they never brushed
I mean,
their
it's
teeth,
kind of
right?
crazy
Like,
because
there's
in the first one, if you think about it, guys weren't probably living that long anyways.
No, but I'm just saying, like, they probably never brushed their teeth once.
Not once. Well, in Rome, probably something.
With what?
They probably drank fluoride.
I don't know if that was a thing back then.
I don't know. The Romans had everything.
Yeah, true. But I'm just saying, like, if the life expectancy was in your 40s, something was going wrong there.
It feels probably exhausting to have lived in ancient Rome.
Yeah, like you were able to die at any moment.
Every day, you're like,
Because you
oh
could
my
kill
God.
anybody, right? Like you were in the supermarket and somebody pissed you off. Like, was there rules for
Well,
murder?
but you died. If you killed somebody, they killed you.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, they killed you if you killed
Yeah.
somebody?
Well, they're not just like, well, have a nice day. Like
When
that's
did
not.
they implement those rules?
The
where murder
rules?
when was the first time murder was illegal?
It's a great question, Antonio. I'm gonna say back when they thought witches were a thing. Maybe medieval times, actually, too.
Yeah, this doesn't really.
No.
It's too much. Like 1754
Yeah, it feels about right.
laws that addressed homicide in various forms of unlawful.
I fondly
killing.
remember 1753 was of no rules.
Well, Roman law also recognized the crime of homicidium.
Homicidium.
Yeah.
Well,
Same time.
same time, different fucking episode, buddy.
Thanks for fucking tuning in to another bullshit episode.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of why we possibly have gotten Antonio to not drink tap water. We'll see you next time. And we'll check in with Matty Madison, see how the restaurants are.